The presidency has blamed recent happenings in the polity on President of the Senate, Dr. Abubakar Bukola Saraki. In an article Friday evening by Senator Babafemi Ajudu, the political advisor to President Muhammadu Buhari in the office of the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the presidency insinuated that Saraki had been working with retired General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, the Nigeria Police, the Department of State Services, DSS, and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, in the article, titled, Fifth Columnists in Our Recent History. Ajudu alluded to some of the happenings during the military regime, which Buhari led, allegedly committed by some of the former general's lieutenants, but which they ended up heaping on him as reasons for overthrowing him. Ajudu wrote, they hired a band of boys within the security to proceed to the house of the revered leader of the Yorubas, Chief Obafemi Awolowo. In the middle of the night the boys sacked the house, forced their way into his bedroom, ransacked everywhere and broke down his wardrobe. They claimed they were sent by the then head of state General Muhammadu Buhari to go look for some confidential documents acquired illegally by the chief. The Yorubas and other sympathizer of Buhari were outraged. That was the end of the romance between the anti-corruption duo of Buhari and General Tunde Idiagbon and the people. They didn't stop at that, they sent another band of marauders to Kaduna. Destination was the home of the Islamic cleric, Alhaji Gumi. The goal, embarrass the much-respected cleric and set the Muslims against the regime. They succeeded at this as well. A couple of months thereafter, when they struck and overthrew the regime, these were listed among the offenses committed by General Buhari. The people, having been deceived, applauded them, and Buhari adjudged high-handed, brutal and a dictator. Ajudu said he was not shocked when Saraki visited Babangida after the invasion and blockade of the National Assembly by the operatives of the DSS, adding that his reading of the situation was that the President of the Senate went to brief Babangida on the development. He wrote, when a couple of days ago Senator Bukola Saraki visited the gap-toothed general in Minna, I interpreted it as going to ask, oh gee, I hope I'm doing well. The presidential aide further listed the invasion of the houses of some judges by the DSS in the middle of the night, the freezing of the accounts of the Akwa Ibom and Benue states governments by the EFCC, and the invasion of the National Assembly and Benue State House of Assembly by the DSS and police as activities carried out with the knowledge of Saraki. He wrote, from the shenanigans at the Benue House of Assembly, to the siege on National Assembly, the attack on Judge's home in the night, the so-called barricade of the Senate President's house, the laughable kidnap of Boy Dino and his 11 hours on a tree, the freezing of Benue and Akwa Ibom accounts, all are scripted, produced and acted by a lawyer. Saraki Productions. Ajudu added, soon they may come up with a bullet-riddled vehicle and claim that the executive producer has survived an assassination attempt. After all, some of the offer sharpshooters are still at large. May God save us from these power mongers.